What's good, YouTube? What's goody? What's goody? What's up, everybody? Lakers come out tonight with a final score of 105 to 104 over the Orlando Magic on a Luka Kennard game-winning three-pointer that was absolutely beautiful to watch. I mean, I'm talking about that was one of the best out-of-the-timeout plays I've seen in a long time. And, I mean, Luka Kennard was just standing wide open, the best three-point shooter in the NBA. It was such a good out-of-the-timeout play and call by J.J. Redick that you had literally the best three-point shooter in the NBA percentage-wise standing wide open at the three-point line to win the game. And then it was just up to Marcus Smart to execute the pass and Luka Kennard to knock down the shot. And what do you know? The best three-point shooter in the league, he delivered. See, like, when people have been talking about Luka Kennard the last couple games, I've continued to say I'm not really worried about him because it's not like he's out there going, it's not like he's out there shooting like Jake LaRavia. Like, we're going to talk about Jake LaRavia in this live stream, in this post-game show. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. If y'all do, man, y'all drop a like. If you're catching it after the stream, or if you're catching it during, y'all drop a like on the stream. And let's go ahead and hop into the box score right quick before I hop into you guys' questions and comments. Let me see something right quick. But, man, what a game. What a game, man. I felt like that was one of those type of games that the referees were really trying to take away from the Lakers. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like referees in the first place. And I'm not going to be like biased and say that if the Lakers would have lost this game, it would have been because of the referees. No, right? Because they didn't make shots down the stretch of the game. Luka had probably his worst shooting game in a very, very long time, probably since the last time we played against Orlando. Like, I think he shot in the second half of this game like 2 for 13 or something like that. Like, I mean, he was getting to his spots. He was getting his shots. He just wasn't making shots. And some nights that happens. But the Lakers defense was very good in this game. They got stops when they needed to. They defensive rebounded the ball. Shout out DeAndre Ayton. He had 12 rebounds tonight. He did have 6 offensive rebounds. But DeAndre Ayton was a beast on the board tonight, and he had 9 points in this game as well. But one thing that I need our centers. I need those guys to start consistently knocking down some more free throws, because you can't have both of those guys shooting Jackson Hayes shot 2 of 6 from the free throw line, and DeAndre Ayton shot 3 of 6. Combined, that is 5 for 12. That's 7 missed free throws between those two guys just right there. And then on top of that, Luka, he missed 3, which isn't terrible. But the Lakers as a team, they missed 10 free throws, and they ended up winning this game by 1. But if you don't miss all of those free throws, you're in a completely different position to win this game, right? So even with Luka shooting the ball this bad, and then LeBron not really having an effective offensive game, I thought LeBron was brilliant defensively. But offensively tonight, LeBron didn't really have it when it comes to just making shots. He really wasn't making shots tonight. But at the same time, the Lakers figured out ways to win the game. They kept it close enough until they can execute down the stretch. That out of the timeout play where LeBron got the steal or got the deflection off Apollo and it went off Apollo's hand. That was just another great play defensively by LeBron in this game. He forced like multiple shot clock violations and things of that nature. You know, the team defense in general was pretty good tonight. Orlando kind of made more threes than they usually make. I mean, they made 11 out of 37. I felt like in the first half, they was making a lot of threes. But in the second half, they didn't really make too many. So they didn't really burn the Lakers from that aspect of the game. But y'all drop a like as y'all coming in, man. Let me go ahead and hop into y'all's questions and comments, because tonight was definitely an interesting game for sure. We got a lot to get into for sure. And I'm glad the Lakers came out with this win, man, because it felt like to me, you know, the referees were trying their absolute hardest to give the Orlando Magic any type of edge. Like you literally in the first, it started off in the first quarter. It started off in the first quarter because Austin Reeves literally got trucked. He got trucked by Wendell Carter Jr. He literally just football trucked him out the way. And they were both, and they said that they ruled it as the reason why it was a foul on Reeves is because they ruled it as Reeves didn't beat Wendell Carter to the spot. They were both they was like legally able to go to that spot. It wasn't like Wendell Carter had already established a position right there in that spot, right? Like they both were just like moving around freely, and you got Wendell Carter literally throw his whole shoulder to knock Austin Reeves off his feet, right? And you call a defensive foul on Austin Reeves on that. Like that was one of the, and then they went over there to review the call and they still got it wrong. Like, how you go review the call and still get it wrong? Absolutely insane to me. All right, let me hop into y'all's questions and comments right quick. Let me pull this up right quick. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I don't know how you get that call wrong, bro. I just don't get it. It's crazy to me. But hey, I guess. I guess. Okay, here we go. All right, move that out the way. Let's minimize this. Put this house on. All right, let me get to this super chat first. Yo, Art, I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much. Luka took 30 shots, dude. Is too ISO dominant. I mean, like, you know, it's Luka Doncic, bro. Like, you're gonna have games where he takes this like this volume of shots. Like, it's gonna be games like that. Let's go and hop into the box score too while we going over this. You know, he's gonna have games where he's like, let me split this out. There we go. He's gonna have games where he's shooting the ball like this and at this volume. I didn't like all of the shots he took. I did feel like he should have moved the ball a little bit more. But it's Luka, bro. Like, he's gonna take those shots. That's why he's been able to go off and have these type of performances that he's had as of late. And I mean, he's the go-to guy on his team. So like, you kind of have to live with some of those shots, but at the same time, I get where you're coming from. But we've been knowing that Luka is very, can be at times at least ISO dominant. You know, especially when Goga Batadze or Batadze, whatever his name is, supposedly he was talking about Luka's mother. Like, I'm gonna try to go at you every single time and somebody talk about my mom as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they got into it in the third quarter or the fourth quarter, I think that was. And that's something that we got to talk about as well, Chet. Hopefully Luka's technical foul gets rescinded because he wasn't talking. It wasn't like he was talking crazy to a referee. He was going back and forth with another player. And they called a double technical foul on Goga Batadze and Luka, right? So if they don't rescind Luka's technical foul, he will not play on Monday against Detroit. I was hoping that he can get through these games and not get a technical foul until they get through this tough stretch of games, because after Detroit, they play against like Washington and Indiana and Brooklyn, and you know, they play against a bunch of bad teams in a row. And I was hoping he can get through these games, these tougher games, without getting a technical foul. But if it doesn't get rescinded, he'll be not playing on Monday against the Detroit Pistons. He'll be suspended for one game. What's up, Hawkins? Let's go, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. But I already know the Luka haters about to feast off his efficiency. I still think he the MVP even with this bad game. Oh yeah, bro. Like, I mean, Shea just literally went out there and dropped like 20 against the Timberwolves a couple games ago. He didn't even play well against another Western Conference opponent. So it's not like Luka has to play absolutely amazing every single game. I feel like, you know, he still had 33 points tonight. He had 8 assists. He had 5 rebounds. But he did not play efficient basketball tonight. He didn't. Specifically in the second half. The second half is really what tanked his numbers and his efficiency tonight. He was very, very bad from the field. And thankfully, Austin stepped up tonight and had 26 points. Because if Austin didn't play this well tonight, I don't know where the Lakers would have been in this game, right? Because Jackson in the second half played very, very well when it come to rebounding the ball and playing bigger and playing more physical. Because in the first half, I felt like once Aiden went to the bench, the Orlando Magic second unit just came in the game and just started bullying the Lakers second unit. The Lakers second unit guys. I feel like they just came in the game and literally just started bullying them, bro. Getting offensive rebounds. It was one possession. I think they got like 3 offensive rebounds in one possession, and then they ended up scoring. Like, you stopped them from making a shot the first 2 times, and you still give up another offensive rebound, and then they scored a third time. Like, that's the reason why they were able to stay in the game in that first half, because the Lakers had went up by 14 at one point, and then the Orlando Magic made a comeback, not off just like blowing by people and scoring with ease and things of that nature. It was just mainly hustle plays and out physicality in, if that's even a word. But they were just being more physical than the Lakers were in the first half, that second unit, especially at the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. And that's the reason why they were able to stay around in this game, because the Lakers were not getting defensive rebounds. Jackson Hayes was getting pushed around by Goga Batadze. And the Lakers were not able to defensive rebound the ball. And that's why the Orlando Magic made the comeback that they did, because of that stint right there. And then on top of that, you know, the Lakers had a very, very mediocre third quarter, you know, and they were able to fight back and get into the game in the fourth quarter. And it was a back and forth. And there was some questionable calls by the referees. But at the end of the day, man, the Lakers got the win. So, you know, I mean, you can't complain too much. But I ain't going to lie, Chad. We're going to have to talk about Jake LaRavia. We're gonna have to talk about him. We're gonna have to have a serious conversation about Jake, bro. We are going to have a serious conversation about Jake LaRavia. All right, man. Haha, that they double Braun and left Luke open. Exactly. I don't know how you leave, and that it was such a good play call by Jake because, I mean, I'm sorry, JJ, because even the first play when LeBron got a free slip to the lane and it was about to be a layup and Paulo literally slapped the hell out of LeBron's, what was his right arm with Paulo with his left arm, he slapped LeBron's right arm. It was a foul, right? I don't know how the referee misses that, but he did. But thankfully he did, because I'm kind of glad they went for 3, because I didn't want to go into overtime with the way that Luka was shooting tonight. I would have preferred for them to just hit a game winner in regulation like Luke did and win that game and just go on to the next, because the way that Luka was shooting in this game, I don't know if the Lakers would have won this game. I don't know. You know, it definitely would have been a tougher match to win. Young Braveheart, what's good, man? Luke, referee, bang. Yes, sir. Hey, bro, I was celebrating like a mug when he hit that shot, man, because I was saying, like, I feel like the play before that, it was a clear foul on LeBron. And the referees have been questionable all night, man. And then you missed that call as well. They had to go review. Well, they did call it Lakers ball when LeBron got the steal or got the deflection on Paolo Banchero, and Paolo Banchero knocked the ball out of bounds. But when the Lakers got the ball back on that offensive play call that they had out of the timeout, that was clearly a foul on Bron. They didn't call it. And it was still out. They still called it out on Paolo. And I don't know how they leave the best three-point shooter in the league open like that, man. But we'll take it. It was a good job by JJ putting Luka KENNARD in the game right there. Because I ain't gonna lie, Chad, if we would have lost this game tonight, I had some question marks on why the Lakers did not call a timeout when they were down by 3. Well, like, I think it was 5 seconds left, and when DeAndre Ayton went to the free throw line and he made the first one, he missed. Well, you know what? I take that back about his free throws. He missed that second free throw on purpose, so he really shot 3 out of 5, I guess. But at the same time, he still missed 2 of them, right? So, but anyways, like, just in general, I felt like on that possession, the Lakers should have called a timeout. I don't even think that DeAndre Ayton should have had to go up and get an offensive rebound. I feel like they should have called a timeout right there. But at the end of the day, it worked out in the Lakers' favor, so not gonna complain about it too much. I agree. We got Bully. I wanted Vando and Drew Timmy to help with sizes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Vando definitely can help you with size and on the boards and stuff like that. Vando can help you with a lot, chat. Did I see a Jake LaRavia comment? Yeah, I did. Let's talk about this right quick. Oh, wait, hold on. You said should they just consider rest next game with Luka out? No, I wouldn't really consider rest because Cade Cunningham is out as well. So, I mean, Detroit is tough, regardless if Cade Cunningham plays or not. Like, it's going to be a tough game to win. But at the same time, like, they're on a win streak. You know, they're winning games. They've won games before with just Luka and Austin on the court. They won a couple games like that before the All-Star break. So, I definitely wouldn't just sit out and just give up. I would more likely prefer for them to do that in one of the next 3 games after the Detroit game when they play against a combination of Brooklyn, Indiana, and Washington. They play those 3 games or those 3 teams in a row. So you should be able to win all 3 of those games. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know how, but the Thunder literally were struggling today with the Washington Wizards, which was crazy. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was literally in the game stat padding a 40 point game so he can try to improve his MVP case. But nobody's going to talk about that. Everybody's going to talk about how Bam Adebayo was stat padding and foul baiting and all of this shit against the Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? When he dropped 83 points, a historical game. But you're not going to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander literally being in the game stat padding for 40 points because he's trying to improve his MVP case over Luka. He hears them footsteps. Shai hear them footsteps, Chad. I'm telling y'all, Shai know that man Luka is on his tail, bro. He know it. That's why he stayed in the game to do that tonight. He literally stayed in the game. The Thunder were up by like 20 points, bro. They were up by like 20 points with like 5 minutes left, and this man was still in the game trying to get 40. I'm like, bro, you are shameless, bro. It's no way. It's no way, dog. It's no way. You said Larabia low-key becoming a new Vando with his inconsistency on the three-point line. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. At this point, he been there. And at this point, I mean, at least, I mean, because Jake has still been good on defense. It ain't like he been bad on defense. But I don't know, bro. I really don't know, man. I wish the Lakers had another wing player to go to that was a little bit more reliant doing both. Obviously, it would be very, very nice to have because I would really, really trust the Lakers bench a little bit more if they had another player to like play in Jake LaRavia or like Vando's spot. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. If Jake is literally going to be out there airballing wide open threes and missing every single open three he shoots. Tonight he shot 0 of 5 from the field, bro. He was 0 of 5 from the field, and he went up. He did one layup. He do the same layup package too, bro. It's like, Jake, bro, can you switch it up a little bit? Like when you go to the hole, you do a spin move, you do a pump fake, and you will try to lean into the player, or you do a straight up go up with your right hand, or he never goes up with his left hand, really. He does the same thing every single time. You're trying to tell me you don't think that the other teams understand exactly what you're going to do on the scouting report, especially when you're not shooting the ball well from three? They know you're going to go to the hole, pump fake, go to the hole, spin move, pump fake. You're going to do the same thing. If us fans realize it, it's no way that the other teams don't realize that in the scouting report. It's no way. What do you think about the refs? The refs were horrendous in this game. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. They were horrific this game. I'm talking about, like, this was one of the worst officiated games of the season. It was bad. And it felt like at times the referee, I'm sorry, I'm going to just say it. It felt like at times the referees were trying to help the Magic. That's what it seemed like to me. Because, like I said, it started in the first quarter with the most obvious offensive foul call on Wendell Carter Jr. He literally trucked Austin Reeves when neither one of the guys had the ball. They both were trying to go to a specific spot on the court, running around freely. And Wendell Carter Jr. literally ran into Austin and hit him with a shoulder. And they called a defensive foul on Austin Reeves. And they said that Wendell Carter had already established legal guarding position. Brother, he didn't post up or nothing. What are you talking about? They went to go review it as well, and then they still got it wrong. That's how you know, like, something is going on. There's no way you called that a defensive foul on Austin Reeves. And then there was another very, very obvious call that should have been a foul. I think it was in the third quarter. LeBron was in transition. Austin threw him a lob type pass, which was kind of awkward. But LeBron caught it. He went up and finished it. And Desmond Bane is literally under LeBron. He undercut him and hit him in the leg, and they didn't call a foul on that either. That should have been an and one. So it's multiple times throughout the game I could talk about that the referees were extremely questionable. So the referees in this game, in my opinion, they were absolutely awful in this game. For sure. Terrible. And they fouled LeBron on that attempt before it. Yeah, exactly. You talking about the attempt before the Luka KENNARD 3? Exactly. I literally said the same thing earlier, bro. Said the same thing earlier. Detroit a good defense, all team. Oh, I think you meant defensive team. Gonna be another fight. I think you meant, yeah, for sure, 100%. Definitely gonna be another fight. It's definitely going to be another fight. But the Lakers, that's why I'm saying they need to try to win as many games here because they're going to have a 3-game stretch of playing against Washington, Brooklyn, and Indiana. A 3-game stretch of those 3 teams right there. Like, you should be able to win all 3 of those games. I want to see that play again, chat. I'm about to we about to look at the play again. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all this obvious LeBron call. I'm gonna show y'all this obvious. Okay, here we go. All right, let's look at this right quick. Oh, let me go full screen right quick. Let's look at this right quick. I want to see the play again on the game winner by KENNARD. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I was hyped, man. I was hyped because you don't know if you're gonna win next game because you know it's a question mark if Luka is gonna play or not. Even though, okay, yeah, look at this. How is this not a foul, chat? How do you miss this? It's a baseline referee right to the right side of this dude. It's a baseline ref. I just don't understand how you missed it. All right, so let's look. Let's look at this right quick. All right, so okay, so Marcus Smart taking the ball out of bounds. Okay, KENNARD is over here. So I was on the phone when this happened. I didn't see how the play developed. Okay, so okay, they gonna switch this. Okay, so they switching all this over here. Two people went with LeBron because of the way LeBron was just open again just a minute ago. They used LeBron as a decoy going down the lane, and then Luka KENNARD flared out, and obviously somebody's gonna stay with Luka, right? Great pass by man, that was such a good play by JJ, bro. Especially with what just happened to play before. They wanted to celebrate, but they couldn't. They had to win. They had to play a little defense first. Bro, that was so fire, bro. That was such a good play, man. And that was a great pass by Smart, who had delivered the pass to LeBron to play before this. Well, that was a good pass to LeBron as well. Bro, imagine literally having that much gravity where you literally pull two defenders with you and leave the best three-point shooter in the league open. That is so wild to me. I was about to look at something else too. I wanted to show y'all something else as well. Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga, bro, you're horrible. Kevin Durant passes Michael Jordan on the 5th place in the all-time scoring list. All right. I can't stand OKC flopping and always fouling in good defense because ref always allowed them to foul. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why they're so hard to score on, because of their ability to play. Well, not their ability, but the referees allowing them to play more physical than a lot of other teams. Because I don't know why it is, but I guess it's because they're the Thunder. I don't know. I don't know. You said you ordering a KENNARD jersey tomorrow. I get you. Hayes and A definitely did rebound tonight. They definitely, both of them did. And I feel like Hayes in the second half played a lot better than he did in the first half. I thought Hayes was pretty bad in the first half. Overall, I thought he was pretty bad. But in the second half, I thought he was very good in the second half. I thought he had finished a crazy lob from LeBron at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then another play, he had a very tough finish in the lane with just basically with just his right hand. I think that was another pass from LeBron as well. And he rebounded the ball a lot better in the second half. In the second half, he rebounded a lot better. I thought if he came out with that same energy and intensity in the first half, I don't think the Magic would have made the run that they did, because the Lakers would not be able to defensive rebound the ball at the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. And that allowed Orlando to get multiple shot possessions in one possession with all of those offensive rebounds. And that allowed them to get back into the game. And then on top of that, bro, you had Javon Carter hitting threes in the first half. The kid Jamal Cain came in the game. He hit a three in the first half. Like, I'm like, bro, these dudes can't shoot three ball like that. Even though I don't think that I think that what's his name? Javon Carter. I do think that was a good pickup for the Magic overall, because he is a pretty good player still. Give Vando some minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, if Jake LaRavia is gonna keep playing like hot trash the way he been playing the last couple games, well, I'm not gonna say the last couple games. It just really came out again tonight because of how bad he shot the ball. 0 of 3 from 3, 0 of 5 from the field in general. And the second three he shot, bro, he be wide open. He be airballing. And it's not like, I would understand, like, sometimes when you like in the deep corner, sometimes it's hard to kind of measure where you're shooting from. And you don't know like what kind of arc or how much touch to put on the ball. And the corner is kind of tricky shot sometimes. So you can kind of like overshoot the rim and like airball like hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you shot the ball too hard. But this dude be airballing shots when he's on the wing, like on the right wing or the left wing of the three-point line, or he'll airball a three when he's at the top of the key. You should be able to line your shot up with the rim at that point, bro. It's like he's shooting so bad that he's shooting wide open air balls. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Jerry Vanderbilt, when he shoots in the corner sometimes he'll overshoot it and shoot too hard and it'll be like an air ball, but he shot it too long, right? Jake LaRavia air balls when he's like, I don't know, it's just so awkward to me how much he air balls on wide open shots. Bro, on my fucking life, this nigga Shea is such a stat pattern. The first, you're struggling. Like, first you're struggling against the Wizards, and then he stat patterned 40 because Luka on his ass. Yeah, I literally said that earlier, JJ. Those were literally my almost my exact words earlier, bro. Like, I was watching the game because I needed Jerry McCain to drop 12 points, and I was watching the game. And Shea was literally in the game in the fourth quarter. They're already up. Everybody was talking trash about Bam Adebayo stat padding against the Wizards to get a historical 80-point game. But we gonna see if people keep the same energy about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander literally in the game stat padding against the Washington Wizards, who you were struggling against all game, right? You pulled away enough in the fourth quarter to where you didn't really have to come back in. And then when you go up by like 20, you still stay in the game so you can stat pad a 40 ball. Because I guarantee you, he's been seeing it as of late. When it comes to how many 40-point games Luka has. He has the most in the season. He has the most in the NBA this season. You know what I'm saying? So he could have had another 40 ball tonight if he'd have shot a little bit better in the second half. And in a competitive game. Jake LaRavia Vincent is crazy. Jake LaRavia Vincent is crazy, bro. When it comes to shooting, bro, yeah, you might be right. But I do think overall, I think that Jake is a better defender than Gabe. Because I think that they have like the same level of athleticism. But Jake is much bigger and he moves his feet pretty well. I do think Jake is a pretty good perimeter defender, right? Vando is better though. So if Jake is not going to be able to knock down threes or score the ball, then why doesn't Vanderbilt play? Right? If Jake plays like this again, I'm going to give him one more game. If he plays like this again next game, because the last two games in Miami and in the last game in Houston, I felt like Jake played pretty solid in those games. So I'm not going to be too mad at him. Let's look at his stats the last couple games. But he was so bad on the offensive side of the ball tonight, man. I was screaming for JJ to get him out the game. Okay. So tonight he had 0 points. The night before in Miami, he shot 2 out of 3 and he had 5 points. He had 6 rebounds as well. 2 out of 4 in 10 minutes against. See, his minutes are decreasing low key though. He kind of played heavy minutes in these games. Well, he played heavier minutes in this game right here because he was playing some pretty good defense in this game. And LeBron wasn't back yet either. LeBron missed this game. But he only played 13 minutes against the Knicks. So, I mean, he only played 14 minutes tonight as well. But those last couple games, I can live with these games. I'm fine with this. I don't care if he scored 4 points. You got to be efficient. I don't care if you score 5 or 6 points. You got to go out there and be efficient. You can't be going out there shooting 1 for 7, 0 for 5, like 0 of 3 from 3. You can't be doing that. That's inexcusable. Yes, Luka was. Yes, Luka was what, bro? You talking about shooting bad in the second half? LeBron got like every record ever. How the fuck people still holding onto Jordan the GOAT narrative? I really don't know, bro. I actually seen somebody say today that they Jordan is their GOAT, but they're not even old enough to even seen Jordan play in the NBA. Like at this point, if you don't, and I mean, you can debate it, but it would be more understandable for people to debate Jordan being the GOAT when they was alive to actually see him play and not just go off statistics. Because when it just comes to just a specific, when you're debating who's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion, you have to consider accolades, overall player attributes, and you have to consider legacy. You have to consider all of those things. It's like a total overall package. You can't just go off of, oh, he's the greatest because he got 6 rings. Okay, Bill Russell has 11. Robert Horry has 7. Who cares? To an extent of saying that he's the greatest player because of rings. That makes no sense. But when you're talking about the greatest player of all time, in my opinion, you have to consider the overall package of a player. And what I mean by that is, what has he done in his career? The overall attributes as a player. Can he shoot the ball? Can he pass the ball? Can he rebound the ball? Can he defend? Can he defend multiple positions? You know what I'm saying? All of these things are making you a better overall player to where you don't have any weaknesses in your game. That's what matters. That's what every single NBA player is trying to work towards. Well, most of them, especially star players, they're trying to work to where they don't have any weaknesses, because if they have weaknesses, other teams will exploit their weaknesses. So if you are one of the greatest players of all time and you're one of the best players in the league, you're trying to work on every single weakness you have, right? That matters. How much have you won? How many records do you have individually as a player? All of those things matter. LeBron has all of that shit, bro. So when I argue LeBron is the greatest player of all time, those be my valid points, because there's not a lot of things that when it comes to just an individual player that you can say any other player has over LeBron. It's not. He scores better than most of them. He passes better than probably all of them that you consider the greatest player of all time. He rebounds. He's athletic. He especially in his prime defended at a much higher rate than a lot of them when it comes to defending multiple positions and just being a great defender on ball. You know what I'm saying? So I know I was kind of long-winded with that, but Tony, I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. You said Kobe. Hey, man, I'm not. If you think Kobe is the greatest player of all time, I'm not mad at you. But I still would debate that LeBron is the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Kobe. And growing up, I'm 30. I'm 31 years old. So growing up in high school and stuff like that, we used to have LeBron versus Kobe arguments all the time. But I still understood how great Kobe was as a player. I wasn't trying to discredit none of what Kobe was doing. Even when LeBron at one point didn't have any rings. People, as a LeBron fan growing up, people used to make fun of LeBron fans because at one point he didn't have a ring. He had no championships through like the first like 8 or 9 years of his career. But once he started winning those championships, you know, it was chirps. It was real quiet, because LeBron used to always beat Kobe in the regular season when they matched up against each other. And he used to always outplay him too as well. So, you know, it's a fun argument. It's a fun debate when it comes to Kobe and LeBron. But a lot of people just get extremely toxic and negative because they don't like LeBron. So that's why they try to discredit him being the greatest player of all time. But I appreciate you so much, man, for the $5 super chat, bro. My boy Marco. Wait. Oh, you changed your name, Marco. What's good? Okay, you changed your name to Marco Music Y2B. Okay. I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Thank you, bro. Lakers still seemingly unbeatable in the clutch. Insane, bro. I'm telling you. It seemed like tonight they didn't have their mojo when it come to like making clutch shots and having like making clutch plays. Well, they were making clutch plays, but when it came to making timely shots, it's like they really weren't doing that tonight. Austin made a couple, but it's like he was really the only one doing that. LeBron made one down the stretch as well when he drove all the way to the rim and made a left-handed layup. But defensively, Marcus Smart had a couple steals. LeBron had to play at the end where he got the deflection and, you know, Paolo tipped it out of bounds, and they were making the plays that they had to. Even one time, Austin had a wide open three to tie the game, and he didn't make it, and Aiden got an offensive rebound, and he ended up going to the free throw line. So they just made the plays that they had to make, and that's what makes you have confidence in this team, that they can play well when like in the most crucial times of the game, because these intense moments like this is what's going to build those type of characteristics in the playoffs. Like having all of these clutch games and winning all these clutch games and stuff like that. The Lakers, they should be in a position to where they shouldn't be nervous in these moments, because they've been through it so much in the regular season to where they should be a little bit more like in the know in certain situations, even when it comes to the playoffs, because they've been in so many clutch games throughout the regular season and they come through in most of them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they should definitely be in a good position when it comes to the playoffs. All right. But what's good, though, Marco? What's good with you? But how you doing tonight? Kennard got it under control? Oh, yeah, for sure. Bro, when Kennard had the little weird stretch, let's look at Luka Kennard's overall numbers right quick the last couple games. And I'm going to hop into some more of y'all's comments and questions, too. But let's look at Luka Kennard's last couple games. I really wasn't worried about Kennard. You know, he had a weird little stretch going on for a minute where, okay, so, you know, he had a real good stretch. What is this? Early March. I mean, yeah, earlier in the month, you know, he was dropping pretty much double digits almost every single game. And then it kind of fell off in that Chicago game. He shot really bad from the field. Denver game, he only shot the ball one time, 1 of 2 from 3. Houston, he really wasn't that effective in them Houston games. Neither was he effective in the Miami Heat game. The only one shot he had, he hit it off the side of the backboard. And he only played 13 minutes in this game. I guess this just wasn't a Luka Kennard type of game, and JJ really didn't play him. But tonight, 5 out of 7 from the field, 3 out of 4 from 3, and he made the game-winning 3. So, and he also, he had 3 rebounds as well. In a game where the Lakers were really struggling to rebound the ball, especially in the first half. So, like I said, I really have not worried about Luka Kennard. I'm telling y'all this right now, chat. Luke is going to have a game or 2 or 3 where he knocks down like 4, 5, maybe even 6 threes. He's going to have one of those type of games, maybe multiple, going down the stretch of the season or in the playoffs. He's going to have like one of those games where you say, that's the Luka Kennard game. I'm telling y'all this right now. So remember, mark my words. I'm telling y'all, he's going to have one of those type of games. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked. Kobe barely top 10, bro. No hate. When people say that, I kind of get where they coming from in a way, but at the same time, Kobe was just too good as an individual player for me to say he not top 10. And then on top of that, he has 5 championships. Now, regardless of the argument of he wasn't the best player on all of those championship teams, which I think matters. If you're considered the greatest player of all time, even though regardless of how good you played in the setting of the finals or leading up to that point, you were not the predominant best player on your team and propelled your team to win a championship, you shouldn't get that much credit for that. Right? And I think that's one of the main reasons why when people talk about Michael Jordan, they talk about how many finals MVPs he got, which means he was the best player on their team and the best player in the series. So, and for an example, LeBron, in 2015 finals, when he didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love, he played so well in that series that they was about to give the finals MVP to the losing player. That's how good he was in that series. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro. I definitely don't think he's barely top 10. I think he's definitely top 5 in my opinion. But barely top 10, I'm not one of those people that believe that. But I have heard some people say that. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, he's somewhere between 7 and 12, I'd say, but that's my personal opinion. He's still great, though. Yeah, I think he's top 5, but I get where you're coming from when you say he's top 12 or top 7. Well, top 7. I don't really get the top 12 part. Kobe work ethic was so impressive. Just saying, oh yeah, it's a lot of great players that have great work ethic when it comes to just building their game and being able to stay healthy and working to where you don't have any weaknesses. Like, I still feel like Kobe has some weaknesses as a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no player is perfect. Every player has their own weaknesses, but it's a lot of great players that have great work ethic, and that's the reason why they're fucking top 5 or top 3 all time and things of that nature, or some of the best players of all time. Okay, so Luka Doncic said, let's watch this together, chat. It's 30 seconds. Let's watch this right quick. Let's watch why Luka said that he got his 16th technical foul. Let's watch this right quick because I want to hear it as well. All right, while that's loading up, let me get some more y'all's comments in here. Lakers in 5. Hey, sincere like sports. Don't start that, bro. Don't start that. I swear that jinxed us last year. I swear it did. Even though Jackson Hayes wasn't much of a center or much of a presence in the paint last year, and I think that was primarily why we lost that series. I swear that bro, that hurt us last year, bro. That jinxed us because I felt like it motivated the Timberwolves to play so hard. They were trying so hard, and I don't know, man. That's just how I felt. But that trend was trending so hard, and I felt like the Lakers, I felt like it hurt them more than it helped them. All right, let me turn this up right quick. Sharon B, yeah, for sure. It's a lot of players that do though. I mean, those two are definitely two of the players that you can definitely tell work on their weaknesses. Like Ant couldn't shoot the 3 ball as good as he can now when he first came into the league. But look how good he's shooting the ball now. Let's watch this chat and let's hear what Luka said on the reason why he got his 16th technical foul. Let's watch this right. Let me move this out the way. I got the volume up.
I'm definitely hoping, obviously,
Yeah.
I let my team down, getting that last stack. But honestly, I wasn't trying to, he set a free throw, he will fuck my whole family. And at some point, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I gotta stand up for myself.
Hold up.
Definitely
So
hoping.
Goga said, hold up, chat. So Goga Batazier said he would fuck his whole family. I don't care about no technical foul at that point. Yeah, bro. Like if Luka didn't say something, I would be mad at Luka for not saying something. Like if I'm Luka's teammate and I hear somebody say that to Luka and he doesn't say anything, I'm mad. I'm like, bro, you have to say something.
I let my team
100%.
down,
Don't even be mad about that, Luka.
that last stack. But honestly, I wasn't trying to.
Can y'all hear this shit?
He set a free throw, he will fuck my whole family. And at some point, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I gotta stand up for myself. But I know I gotta do better. My teammates, I know they have my back, so I let them down today. But I hopefully get resented.
What the rest didn't hear what language did he say?
It was in Serbian. I'm definitely.
So he said in Serbian that he'll fuck his whole family. Dude. Yeah, it's no way I'm mad about that. It's no way I'm mad about that. It's no way. It's no way I'm mad about that or I'm upset about that. No way. You said the greatest Laker of all time? Kobe. Kobe is the greatest Laker of all time, for sure. He broke so many records, won so many championships, even after Shaq. And that's what I think solidified him being the greatest Laker of all time. And then on top of that, with the historic 81-point game and all the 60-point games and all of the records he broke, like, Kobe is 100% the greatest Laker of all time. For sure. In my opinion, he is. Yeah, for real. If Shaq had Kobe's work ethic, yeah, like try to make him have, yep, he could have been the GOAT. I completely agree. He would have 1000% been like top 3 all time, kind of like Kareem, and he would have been not even the argument the greatest big of all time. Shaq's prime didn't last long enough. He is the most dominant player of all time, in my opinion, on Shaq. I think that Shaq is the most dominant player of all time. Like, it wasn't like Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was dominant, but he was dominant towards players that was way smaller than him. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to take away from his greatness, but I'm just saying, like, it's more impressive when a player of Shaq's size is dominant towards other bigs that's his size as well. That's his height. That weigh 270, 260, just bruisers. And you still dominate the NBA with all of these other big motherfuckers around you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, intentionally fouling you. He couldn't shoot free throws, and he still figured out ways to absolutely dominate the game on a night-to-night basis. It's just, in my opinion, Shaq's prime didn't last long enough to put him in the... When he was the most dominant player in the NBA, if that would have lasted longer, if it would have lasted like 10 years, 12 years, you know what I'm saying? Then I think you would have a legitimate conversation to be not only the most dominant player of all time because you were so dominant in your prime, but you would have legitimately had a chance to be the greatest player of all time. Because, well, when it comes to not overall skill-wise, but when it just comes to winning championships, breaking records, and just having all these individual accolades, I think he would have had even more if his prime lasted longer. Yeah, DA definitely did a good job on the boards tonight, bro, for sure. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton was definitely good tonight on the boards, 100%. And the main reason why I say that is because he got 12 rebounds. He had 6 offensive rebounds. I go LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Duncan, Wilt, Bird, Kobe, Russell, Hakeem. See, I think Kobe is better than I got Kobe over Shaq, bro. I got Kobe over Shaq. I got Kobe over Wilt. I got Kobe over Bird. Like, I got Kobe over all of those guys. And you can even argue that he's over Magic as well because he's the greatest Laker of all time. Like, if he's the greatest Laker of all time, then he has to be over Magic on the all-time list because they both were Lakers. So, and obviously, I think Kobe was the better player, and I think Kobe did more for the Lakers franchise individually than Magic did. That's just my opinion, though. But I'm not mad at you for that list, though. I'm not mad at you at all for that list. I'm not. I'm definitely not mad at you for that list. Those top 3, I can agree on those. I agree on that exact order for me. this top 3 right here, and then I got Kobe after that. I got Kobe 4th. On my all-time list, I got LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, and then Kobe. I really like what Kennard and Smart bring to this team. I hope they both can be back next year. And I hope they both can be back at least for the next couple years. And I hope they both can be a part of the bench unit. I hope you find another starting wing caliber player and you can, that's better than Marcus Smart. And you can bring Marcus and Luke Kennard off the bench. That's what I'm hoping you can find this offseason. But if not, Marcus is fine in the starting lineup too. Because I love what Marcus Smart brings to the Lakers. I loved it. You know, the idea of him getting bought out in the offseason, I was all for that and coming to the Lakers. He ended up getting bought out and went right to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So ever since he signed with the Lakers, I loved every minute of it. I like Wemby. I already read that. But yeah, they definitely have great work ethic. Best Laker of all time, I think it's LeBron is not the best Laker of all time. He only got 1 championship with the Lakers. LeBron is the greatest player of all time. Overall, I think he's the greatest player of all time. But Laker all time, he ain't been with his team long enough. And he hasn't done more than some of the other great Lakers of all time. So I love LeBron, but he's not the greatest Laker of all time. It's Kobe for me. Yeah. How far do you think the Lakers in the playoffs depending on matchups? Hey, Chad, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream too, man. Y'all drop a like on the stream as y'all coming in. Y'all be sure to drop a like for me, please. How far do you think the Lakers in the playoffs depending on matchups? Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I say this every single post game live show. I legit think the Lakers can have an Indiana Pacers type run. I do. Now, will they be favored in a lot of their series? And is it like a foregone conclusion that they're gonna go to the finals? Absolutely not. You know, I still think San Antonio is gonna be extremely hard to beat. You're gonna really have to outplay their role players. I think your stars can match what their stars can do. But the role players will be the difference in that series because San Antonio has such a deep bench. Their bench is so deep. And, like, you're really going to have to match what they bring when it comes to your role players. So, that's really going to be, like, the question. But when it comes to the Nuggets, the Lakers have already proven they can beat them. That's why they won the tiebreaker. The Lakers have already proven they can beat the Rockets. The Lakers have already proven they can beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. Every other team in the and obviously the Thunder as well. The Thunder are up there as well with the Spurs. But the Lakers present problems for the Thunder as well when it comes to the size of LeBron. That's why in the last game against them, LeBron gave them such a hard time because they have so many smaller players. Like Lou Dort is 6'4", 6'5". Cason Wallace, who's a good defender, is small. Alex Caruso is small. J-Dub is smaller than Bron. Like, so, you know, they have a lot of smaller guards that's going to be trying to guard LeBron as the third option. So in the post, I feel like Luka and LeBron can take advantage of their guards. But when it comes to San Antonio is extremely good. They have great scoring off their bench. They got 3-point shooting, but your role players are going to have to match what they do. But everybody was talking shit about a month or two ago saying that the Lakers are not as good as some of these other teams in the Western Conference. And now they look fucking stupid. They look stupid now, straight up. And they have been running their mouth as of late because the Lakers have beaten these other good teams. And then the other argument was the Lakers are better without LeBron. Those people look like complete idiots right now too. Every single one of them. So this Lakers team is good. And nobody looked at the Pacers last year as a team that can make it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody had them penciled in going to the NBA Finals. But at the same time, I'm not saying the Lakers are a foregone conclusion to go to the NBA Finals. They still got a lot more to prove. But at the same time, can they make a deep playoff run, get to the conference finals, and give themselves a chance to get to the finals? 100%. 100%. No question. You keep saying fries in the bag. Bro, what are you talking about? Fries in the bag. You go put some fries in the bag for somebody. Your ass ain't got nothing to do on a day-to-day basis. Why you keep saying that shit to me? You saying that shit to me like I'm some type of bum or some shit, or like I need some money. Don't you need some money? You go get you some, go put some fries in the bag. Fuck you keep saying that shit to me for. KD passed Jordan for 5th on all-time points. We erasing the fake GOAT from history. Let's go. I'm bro, like, even with KD doing that, bro, Jordan is still up there though, bro. Like, just to be real, like, even with KD passing it, like, a lot of people don't respect KD's career. A lot, rightfully so. And I think that's why he's so insecure about certain things in his career. And that's why he's always on social media talking shit to other fans, because he's insecure about his own career, right? Bro, you're Kevin Durant. You're a multi-millionaire. Why are you on social media? You're a top 75 player of all time. You're one of the greatest scorers of all time. Why are you on social media talking to Jim Bob 7642 like about your career and you as a player? You know what I'm saying? Like that just shows that how insecure he is. Jordan to go to quit on basketball 3 times and quit on baseball because he was pure dog shit. He was dog shit. He was dog shit in baseball. But people don't talk about him quitting basketball and taking breaks and coming back all refreshed and stuff like that. They don't talk about that enough. You can't talk shit about Jordan. Come on. I mean, why come people can't talk shit about Jordan? People talk shit about LeBron all the time. Like, I mean, why can't they? Would only be talking shit if it was false information, bro. I'm spitting facts. Well, for the most part you are, but when it comes to you saying KD is erasing Jordan out the GOAT conversation and all, I don't know about that. But everything else, I see where you're coming from. He said he high on life. I love that. I love that. All right, let's see. We got anything else coming out the post game? Hopefully, Luka's technical foul gets rescinded. Damn, the Miami Heat choked that game. The Miami Heat choked that game against the Houston Rockets. Wait, was Luka KENNARD really fixing his shooting sleeve before he shot the ball? Bro, did Luka KENNARD really fix his shooting sleeve before he shot the ball? He was. Because Paulo pulled him. He pulled his arm. Yeah, he did, yeah. Bro, I wish the buzzer would have went off, bro. That would have made that shot even more epic. If the buzzer would have went off, it would have made the shot even better. Hey, Chad, look at this. Look how Luka KENNARD pulls his shooting sleeve back up because he got fouled by Paulo. He pulled his arm. Bro, he pulled his shooting sleeve up to make a game winner, bro. Nah, his aura just went up. His aura definitely just went up some more, for sure. His aura definitely just went up for sure. But hopefully Luka gets that other technical foul rescinded. Let's look at the schedule right quick coming up for the Lakers, man, because let's see. All right, let's see. We play Detroit Monday. Oh, that's not even a nationally televised game. The Lakers don't play on national television again until the 2nd of April. They have 0 national televised games all the way until April? That's crazy. All the way to the beginning of April. Oh, hey, Intellect, do you not have your noties on? If you don't have your noties on, bro, you got to make sure you turn your noties on. Play his song I put in the chat. Who you talking about, Sharon? You can't play music on YouTube. It'll get copyright. You can't play music on YouTube like that. If you're telling me to just play somebody's song, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. But Intellect, you got to make sure you have your noties on, bro, because if you don't, you won't get notified when I go live all the time. Life is good being a Lakers fan? Yes, sir. They've won 12 out of their last 13 games, and they've won 9 games in a row. And going into this stretch, chat, after the Chicago game, everybody was looking at this stretch right here as like it was going to be extremely tough. The Lakers have won every single game. Going into this stretch right here of games, of all these plus 500 teams, And even though Orlando, we was their 4th straight loss tonight, we made them lose their 4th straight game tonight. Before that, they had won 7 games in a row. And they lost to all good teams. They've lost to the Thunder. They've lost to the Hawks, who are on a 10-game win streak at one point. And I think they lost to Charlotte. And now tonight, they lost to us. So that's 4 good teams that they've lost to. Before that, they was on a 7-game win streak themselves. And they almost beat us tonight if it wasn't for Luka KENNARD. Yep. They would have beat us tonight. Then we play against Detroit next game. If they don't rescind Luka's technical foul, Lakers will be without Luka, and Detroit will be without Cade Cunningham. So, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a tough game though. Detroit is extremely annoying and extremely pesky on defense. They play extremely physical. KENNARD had a "Welcome to the Lakers" rap made for him. Oh, okay. I definitely can't play that. I'll look at it after stream or something like that. I'll try to find it, but I definitely can't play that on stream. My live stream would get copyrighted. We're gonna need Austin next game. Hopefully he plays well. He played good tonight too, yeah. But hopefully he definitely does play well to Monday. We're definitely gonna need Austin. Gonna need a big performance from him and LeBron. If Luka does not play, which he probably is not, because the league, I don't know why, bro. The league just act like they have such a hard, like they just act like they have, like they don't like Luka or something. I don't know. So they might not rescind his technical foul, but if he said that Goga Patazier said in the Serbian language that he would F his whole family. So I would be talking crazy too if somebody said that to me as well. I'm not finna sit there and just look at you say that to me. Okay, so now Goga is saying he reported on ESPN. I guess Dave McMenamin. You know how I don't know if he asked the question or what, but you know how messy Dave McMenamin is that work for ESPN. He says Goga Patazier to ESPN on Orlando Sentinel continued. What Doncic came out and said, I don't think that's the truth. How do you not think that's the truth and you were speaking out your mouth? How do you not think something is true when you literally said it? You were speaking. It's not like somebody else was speaking for you or you heard somebody else say something. You don't remember what you told Luka? That makes no sense. I know it. He said, I think, and then he said, I know that's not the truth. I know what I said. I apologize if it crossed the line. Nah, ain't nobody trying to hear that now, bro. Because Luka might get suspended because you running your mouth. So don't apologize for it. And this is a good comment right here. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes sense. He's saying he apologized because he's lying. Because why are you apologizing about trash talking during the game? Unless it was like insane trash talk. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of, bro. So he just might be lying. Yeah, he is. He's still been on the injury report with that back injury. And I don't even know when he got hurt. That's been the question with Maxey since he came to the Lakers, bro. Like, because he's shown some very good stints in his playing time over the last like month when he was actually playing in the rotation. I actually like what he was doing more than I like what Jerry Vanderbilt was doing. I love Jerry Vanderbilt, but I just like what Maxey Kleber was doing. And I liked how JJ was mixing in like and changing up some of the center minutes. You know, he had Aiden start the game, Jackson comes in and like kind of backs up Aiden, obviously. And then he would have Maxey Kleber come in the game and kind of back up Jackson Hayes, and he would keep Aiden kind of fresher. But that's when Aiden was kind of playing kind of questionable basketball as well at that time. Aiden is playing a lot better now. So I don't know how he would do the minutes now that Aiden is playing better, but I really did like what I was seeing from him for sure. Sammy, what's good, bro? You said look for 3 GG game. Yeah, that was exciting. That was great to watch. And that's how you know, man, this team is playing so good right now, bro, because when magical stuff like that happening, bro, is happening, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just goes to show you how good this team is actually playing. Like, Austin was questionable coming into this game with a hip injury. And he came out tonight and he played. And he hit the floor a couple times tonight as well. He got hit in the face, obviously. And he had a very good performance in the fourth quarter to keep the Lakers kind of hanging around, going to the rim, making layups. He made a 3 one time, pull-up jump shots. He was doing everything. And you got Luka Kennard hitting game winners. You got LeBron flying around on defense. Even when Luka is struggling in the second half, the Lakers still find a way to win the game. Jake LaRavia almost shot us out the game. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Those 3 threes he missed were on, like, they were in a stint for when Orlando was on a run. And bro, the thing is, when he's shooting these threes, he's wide open. It's nobody around him. He's wide open. So when you missing shots like that, bro, and Orlando is able to rebound and get out and run and transition, like, you're really hurting the team. Especially when you airball and they grab a rebound. He airballed the second 3 shot. He just literally didn't hit nothing. He just airballed it. And I'm like, bro, if you're struggling that bad, it's a problem. And even though he's played better offensively the last like 2 or 3 games before tonight, before that, he was struggling from 3, like really, really bad, and airballing and stuff like that. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. If he do that shit again, bro, they're going to have to change something up. Because he can't be out there being a liability like that. He can't. Maxey is hurt, but I did hear he was upgraded to G League for reps, so he might get back soon. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I seen that too. He went to the G League to practice, and I think they said he was going to get recalled. So maybe he'll play next game against Detroit, because Detroit is an extremely physical team, and you know you can use Maxey's physicality in that type of game for sure. You definitely can. But yeah, Intellect, make sure you got your notifications turned on, bro. All y'all, everybody in the chat, y'all make sure y'all got y'all notice turned on. I had a video I made yesterday about making a more significant. I made a video about like talking about how Luka Doncic is a legitimate MVP candidate and how he should win this season. Even before the game, chat. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Before the game, Jamal Mosley talked about how Luka should win MVP. This is the head coach of a whole nother team talking about how Luka should win MVP this season. Jamal Mosley of the Orlando Magic said Luka should be the MVP, right? And you know Luka is extremely hard to guard when you already have a game plan set in place how to guard Luka. But as the coach of the Orlando Magic, you're literally screaming at your team what to do when he has the ball in his hands. I mean, the whole entire game when Luka had the ball in his hands, Jamal Mosley is saying, keep him right, keep him right, keep him right. Let me see your hands. He was sound like a fucking police officer. He was like, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. He was telling the players for the Magic like to keep their hands out so they won't foul. He was saying, keep them right, keep them right. He kept saying it over and over again. It ain't no way I was the only person hearing that, chat. He was doing it the same way last game when they played in LA about a month ago. When Luka could have took the game winning shot, but he said it was too far and he didn't take it. And that same game, he was doing that. So you know a player is extremely hard and extremely difficult to guard when the coach is like trying to be a 6th defender, so to speak. And you literally yelling at the team what to do when these are professional NBA players and you already have a game plan set in place, but you still yelling at them and telling them what to do. That's how hard it is to guard Luka, man. It's crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off here for the night, chat. Great win tonight. Once again, the Lakers continue winning 9 games in a row. Shout out Luka Kennard. I heard him too. I thought he was saying stupid stuff. Nah, bro, like if you go watch the highlights, because Luka scored a couple times when he was saying that BS. Or if you can go back and watch the game. Bro, I'm telling you, he was yelling the same stuff over and over again when Luka had the ball. Now, he didn't do it every single possession Luka had the ball, but he did it a majority of the possessions that Luka had the ball in his hands when he was like isolating. He kept saying, keep him right, like make him go right. He kept saying, let me see your hands, when he was saying, when he kept saying that when Luka had the ball and when Austin had the ball. He kept saying it. Because he's like, don't put your hands in, because he understands how good they are at drawing fouls, which is, I mean, I understand that. But it was just funny as hell to just continuously hear him say that over and over again. So, but yeah, I'm going to hop off here for the night chat. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for 800 subscribers. Once again, I know I said that in the last live stream and in the last video, but I just appreciate the support, man. We'll hit 1K before you guys know it. I'm going to try to have some shorts for you guys on the channel coming up here soon, because long form videos is kind of like not a lot to talk about right now, but it is a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to short form. So I appreciate y'all and love you guys, man. Y'all have a great night. Go Lakers, 9 games in a row. Luka KENNARD, shout out Luka KENNARD, man. Game winning shot. Shout out Lakers Nation. That was a great win. Let's keep it going. We back at it again Monday in Detroit. I'll be live again after the game. Y'all turn y'all notice on, man. Drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if y'all are new. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good night.